Sunday morning, everybody. Happy Sunday morning. There's storm and here's rain. Rain di cani corso, zicani corso, and Stormy the Rottweiler. We've just finished our morning exercise and we are going to talk about what we did this week. Kind of share a few stories and then hopefully have fun today. Hopefully we get some people to come on and have some comments about their dogs. Actually, he's gone to go poop because we just did a bunch of exercise, and so he looked back like, "Hey, why are you following me? I gotta go poop." I think the sprinklers' heads are gonna get him, unless he evades the sprinkler heads. Yeah, I think. Oh, Storm just took him. She's laying there. Hey, what's going on, Tyson? Yes, you were on my live last week. Good to see you again, man. We had some technical difficulties last week, um, but yeah. Say hi to Tyson. Chloe's grandpa. Grandpa, what's going on? How are you doing? Please give us an update on how things are going with you, Grandpa, because I tried to go back and read some of the comments and the format that I was using. I just couldn't find them, but I want to hear how things are going with you, man. So, looks warmer. It's definitely warmer here. I mean, we went from literally freezing winter to spring fall in a matter of days. I mean, it literally is almost 70 degrees out here. We might as well jump in the swimming pool. Yeah, it was a fleeting thing. That's the thing with Texas. We get snow, but it's like a day or two. I think you made a comment on the snow video that we made, Tyson, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we do get snow. It's just very minimum, and it's not every year either. You know, we get it like every 3 or 4 years. We'll get like a nice little snowstorm. Well, I'm good. I'm glad to hear that, Grandpa, because we were pretty worried about you on the last live stream because a lot of things had happened with you. I think it's definitely worthwhile to talk about too because, again, people talk about all the positive sides of having these big dogs or even any kind of dog that has a potential to, you know, wreak havoc, I guess is a way to put it. So there's a lot of special care and need that you have to take with these dogs. So Southern Mofo, long time no see, Southern Mofo. But being in a situation like what you were describing, Grandpa, that's something that most owners don't hear about, but they need to know about. You know what I mean? We need to know. That's why we talk a lot about safety issues with these big dogs. Like we were at the howdy 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 howdy. We were at the zoo yesterday, and I saw some wolves, a pack of wolves, and they behave very similar to Storm and Rain. It's kind of funny. And oh, no worries, Tyson. Enjoy your service. Glad you came. Glad to see. Glad you saw us right before you took off. But those wolves had similar behaviors than these guys. They were just kind of playing rough, and I'm like, man, this is definitely in the ancestry. You know what I mean? Like the way these dogs play and the way they go at it. That's very, 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 very deep into their genes. So Jolisa said your Connie Corso look good. Thank you, I appreciate him. He's got that body, that extra something special, that wasabi. No, I appreciate it though. And Storm is actually looking pretty good too. Actually, if you've been watching me for a while, we've been trying to slim her down just a hair, mainly because of her issues with her joints. Like right now, she's gonna be after doing that run that we just did. She's gonna be kind of sore later on, so we may have to give her some doggy ibuprofen. I think it's called carprofen, I believe is what it's called. Vetprofen is the other word for it, but it's actually the same thing as what we take for ibuprofen, but it's for animals, of course. And I give my dogs human drugs. Galaxy, I have a pit bull terrier, and his best friend is a Rottweiler. Love those dogs. Yes, yes. It's wonderful to see dogs form friendships and when they're nice to each other and play well together. It's so nice to see that. And oftentimes we have to kind of work with what we have. Some dogs instinctually like to be nicer to other dogs, and then sometimes they're instinctually more aggressive or more dominant, is what you would, if you may call it, and which is something we talked about a lot on the last live stream. John Bogan, good video, and thank you very much. I appreciate you, John. Grandpa says I might be able to get one dog, my Cane Corso, but money is going to be the deciding factor right now. I'm up to looking to over $1,000. Oh my gosh. Wow. Grandpa, do you happen to have do you have a station, a YouTube station? I can't remember if you had one or not. Because maybe people can kind of join on to your station, maybe give you some super chats to help out with that or something. That's got to be a rough situation. So if people that are here that don't know Grandpa, I call him Grandpa, but it's Chloe's grandpa. You know, he's been a long time viewer and really joins in with our live discussions. And he's run into a couple issues, and he can explain it better than I can. But either way, he's been struggling with. He's got a lot of life situations going on, and you know, he's dealing with his wife and everything. And so controlling dogs and dealing with a bunch of stuff all at once is a lot of work, you know. And another reason why we have this channel is because we're trying to share all the tips that we know to keep our dogs safe, even when you're busy. You know, it's all good and dandy if you do this for a living, right? If your job, you're young, your job every day is to take care of dogs, and you got all the time in the world to make sure everybody's safe and well, 100% trained, overtrained, you know, it's all good and dandy. But when you have a busy life and you got circumstances and responsibilities that are beyond your control, and you're trying to raise your dogs, it can be challenging, guys. And things can happen. Things can happen. You know, you could be awesome owners, you know, have the best intentions, but it's hard to predict, you know, when your dog, yeah, look at that Connie Corso, hey, big boy. It's hard to predict, you know, bigger animals than their behavior. I mean, we do our best. I mean, it's so funny how, you know, this beautiful Connie Corso, he's doing a good job right now. Look at him reaching out. You want to give me your paw? Give me your paw. Come here. Give me your paw. No, you just want, yeah, he doesn't know that command very well. But this guy, you know, if he has special needs. In other words, you have to keep an eye on him and make sure he understands his role and when he's supposed to be paying attention, when he's not, you know what I'm saying, when he's not supposed to be aggressive or being dominant. He needs to understand those boundaries. And so it takes work, you know, and they don't care that you're busy. You know what I mean? They don't care that life happens. And so if you're not in a spot where you can do that, it may be, you know, things happen and it can be very, very difficult. So we got to balance that life with your with training and you know, being a pack leader to your animals. So good morning, Paul. What's going on? Long time no see, man. I'm so scared of these dogs. They are so dangerous for kids. So Tim, you know, they can be dangerous to children, especially if you're not teaching your children how to be pack leaders. Because the thing about these dogs is that everyone has to participate when it comes to training dogs like this. Everyone has to participate, not just, you know, not just the daddy or the husband or the wife, or whatever. Everyone, the children have to be able to be little pack leaders, because you don't want your dogs to view your children as below them on the totem pole, because they will treat them that way. They're animals. So, so my daughter, she is wonderful with them, actually. And one thing that she noticed, like she loves water, but he doesn't. So she uses that to her advantage. So when my daughter is telling him to back up because he's being too intrusive, he's putting his face and muzzle right into your stomach, you know, trying to get you to play with him or whatever. And she says, back up. She used very, very, very direct language. She's very, very assertive. And then she takes her little water bottle, give him a couple squirts, and he basically backs off immediately. And so, but the point of that is that in his mind, he sees my daughter as being a leader to him. Okay, it's not a whole lot. I mean, she's not grabbing him by the collar and putting the prong collar on him and you know, and picking him up and saying and put him in on his back. You know, she's not doing that. She's just psychologically making a command and following through with that command and utilizing the thing that he doesn't that he finds unpleasant. You know what I mean? Not abusive, but unpleasant. He doesn't like it. She uses it to her advantage, and it gives her that those psychological cues that she's a pack leader as well. Same thing with my wife, and same thing with me. So those are some very, very important things. Okay, so let me get back to the comments. Generally, these dogs are pit bulls, or yeah, I've heard that, Tim. I had a Rottweiler between a mother and her child, protected the child from the mother. Yep. See, that's the other thing. It's they got to get the message. Like everyone living in this house are pack leaders. Okay, not just the daughter. So you don't need to protect me. You need to protect my daughter from me. You know what I mean, or from my wife. That's an unhealthy relationship. The pack leaders are everyone in their household. So you don't need to protect me from the other one. No one's being abusive to each other. We're not hurting each other. There's no need to jump in there. Ain't that right, Stormy? Hey, Tanaz. But do you get assured that a stranger dog is trained? But you get sure that a stranger dog. I'm not quite sure I understand what you're saying, Tim, on that last one. They loom beautiful both. Thank you so much. And then Grandpa says the owners are need training. That's exactly correct, Grandpa. That's one of those things. It's like the more we know as owners, the better we are to our dogs. It's one of those things where if you don't know to know, it could kind of harm you, and you can take your your pack in the wrong direction. So right now I'm just giving a lot of love. They're just kind of being very calm and submissive. Again, I did exercise them, so they should be calm and submissive like this. But they're getting loves because they're not being pushy. Nobody's being upset. Nobody's doing what so I'm giving them a lot of love and just affirmation. Like, yeah. And it's kind of weird because a lot of times people are unaware that they may encourage their dogs to do the wrong behaviors by giving them affirmation when they don't need it or when they're doing something bad. And they try this human approach of appeasement. If I make my dog feel better, they'll stop doing the behavior that I want them to do. And unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So if this dog is barking at a friend of yours, and and you don't want your dog to do that, you don't be like, stop barking, stop it. You're basically giving him praise for the behavior. You're saying one thing in English, but he doesn't speak English. So, but your body language and what you're doing is reaffirming what he's doing. So when he's barking at your friend, you stop. You don't give him the affection. You stop. You withdraw that. So that he understands that, hey, I'm not getting positive feedback for barking at my daddy's friend or whoever. But in the case right now where they're just being submissive and they're not bothering anybody, I'm praising this behavior. This is wonderful, right? This is what you want. You want that calm. Now, like, again, I did manufacture a lot of this by exercising them first, but I am reinforcing that, hey, when there's no need to get, there's no need to get all excited and overstimulated. You've already had your exercise. Now they're going to kick up again. So don't get it twisted, guys. My dogs are going to, you give them about 5 more minutes, you'll see them rustling and being themselves again. But right now, it's a great time to give them love and positive affirmation. Easy dog, bro, from Kurdish. Hey, what's going on? Good morning. So I'm skipping a little bit of comments. Sorry, my dogs knew no and the word stop, but everything they did. Yes. So Grandpa's situation was a little bit different, and it was not undifferent from my situation when I was trying to go live a couple times ago, where my neighbor flung the door open, the neighbor's dogs came out, and I told Rain to stop, and he didn't. He just completely ignored me. And then when I ran over there to go stop him, he thought in his mind that he was going to evade me and continue to do the bad behavior. And then he influenced my Rottweiler too, because she's older. She's a little bit more well trained. We've had her for 4 years, and he's for 2 years. And so when she saw him not obeying, then she picked up on this bad habit. And I talk about this a lot too. Is you got to know who your dog leader is. The one that's kicking up all the the dirt or doing all the bad behaviors, because they will influence your other dogs to do the same. It's nothing like bad behavior to get to spread around your pack really easy. So you got to start with the person who's doing the bad stuff, stop that behavior first, and then the other ones will follow suit. Or the opposite will happen. They will, this dog here, fully trained, good dog otherwise would have never done that, but watch him do something bad and realize, oh, I could just run around dad. So the rest of that day, we went back to the basics, y'all. I put the prong collar back on him with a leash. So in case he decided he was going to resist and run off, had some way to grab the leash to keep him from evading me and running around me. And I brought a bunch of treats out here, and I did more positive and negative reinforcement, meaning I made them sit. I call their names individually, not this, they one at a time. They don't both come when I call one dog. You stay, the other one come. And then when he came to me, I gave them the treat. So I gave them the positive reinforcement. And when they did not do those things, I had to raise my voice, tell them nope, nope, nope. And I insisted they do exactly so I worked on that pretty much all day, reinforcing those basics things. Now, is it going to stick for the next time? Maybe. And maybe after, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 step forward, 1 step back. And the other thing, as he gets older, the more mature he gets, the more likely the training is going to stick. But I will say this, the Cane Corso seems to be he needs more reassurance than the Rottweiler. Once she learned it, she's been pretty good with keeping up with the training. But this guy here continues to re-ask, "Hey, are you sure? Are you sure you're the dominant one here? Because if you're not, I'll take that place happily." So you gotta reassure this guy constantly. Hey, listen, you're not the boss here. You're not the boss. I'm the boss. I'm the alpha of the house. So so I don't know if every Cane Corso is like that, but you can't just train your dog when they're puppies and expect them to remember that when they're 2 years old or 4 years old. So hey, man, everybody's good, man. Almost everything. Lorenzo, good morning. What's going on? Lucas, thank you. They are some beautiful dogs, man. I really love my dogs. My 2 Cane Corso dogs. I have 2 Cane Corso. Oh yeah, good, awesome, Stella. I'd like to hear more about that. How do they behave? Do they constantly challenge you for alpha positioning, or are they pretty laid back and just pretty obedient? How are they? Duck is here. Now that's the name I hadn't seen in a long time. Floral, also known as AKA Duck. What is going on? Good morning. So it was so funny yesterday watching 2 gray wolves play in their cage. It looked so much like my Rottweiler Cane Corso. It was almost unimpressive to me because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I see this every single day. My dogs run around and they bark at each other, they grab each other by the neck and play rough. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I see every day. And it's funny because I felt like those gray wolves were not much bigger than my dog, so it was kind of like, oh. It's been a while. It has been a while. I've been swamped with studies. I bet you have, Duck. How's that going? Making some progress? Actually, Sophia, LL, and only Stella is alpha. I needed to be reminded that I'm the QBSC. Yep, for the first year or 2. Yep, Luna's bigger, but she's the submissive one. Yeah, exactly. So you have to find that one. It's always going to be that one dog that needs to be constantly reminded. Constantly reminded what their position is. And if you don't do that, again, the other one will just follow suit. They will learn the same bad behaviors. So, yeah, you got to know your pack, and you got to spend time with them, know their quirks, know what they like, what they don't like, and use what they don't like to your advantage. Like I said, a little squirt of water is great for this 135-pound dog. A little bit of squirt. That's all it takes. And my daughter's giving him the negative feedback he needs to respect her boundary set. You know what I mean? It's been going good. I have a break right now though, so this is probably the only chance I could talk to you in a little while. Oh well, we're gonna soak up every moment because we miss having Duck around. She's always been a wonderful contributor to our comments and just a wonderful force. But Duck is busy. Busy. She's got to get that work, right? You got to get that degree and move on in life. So that studies come first. My two Cauda Corso dog, Stella, is amazing. Amazingly smart. She's definitely my second in command now. Yeah. And that's what's nice too, is that you can oftentimes use the one that's well behaved to influence the other. So I use this example a lot. Whenever we do have people, we don't have people come to our house very often, but when we do, usually the big dogs have to be put up because they just really are not welcoming to just brand new people for the first time coming to the house. So, but we have people come all the time. You got repairmen come in, you got people checking the AC, you got people doing, whatever we have people coming over for. And you don't want to have to hear your dogs or yelling at your dogs for a whole hour while your guests are trying to do their job or whatever. So what we've been doing is we've noticed that Missy is the key to that, because Missy is the one who oftentimes initiate. Missy is the other dog y'all haven't seen. If you're new, you don't know who I'm talking about. But for some of the people that have been here, they know what I'm talking about. The little small dog that I have here, she's in the house probably taking a nap. But Missy, she's more welcoming to people. So when Missy realizes that, that we are accepting of our guests, she typically lets them pet her, and she just warms up to people really quick. So what we do is when Missy settles down and accepts the guests, we let these big dogs observe Missy letting other people pet her, and that energy calms the two bigger dogs down, because now they're like, oh, okay, it's just another person and not someone's gonna rob us or attack us or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we use Missy as a bridge between the big dogs and new guests in the house. So there's the negative aspect that they influence, and there's also the positive aspect. You just got to know how to work your dogs. You know what I mean? Stella is welcoming to strangers as long as I am. Luna, she wants to kill anyone who comes over. Has to be. Yeah, but yes, that's what I do. Exactly. So you got to find these little tricks that you need to kind of have the household that you want to have. You know what I mean, guys? And but that's what this channel is about. Sharing those little tips and tricks. I'm not a personal trainer, not a personal trainer. Oh my God, I'm not a dog trainer or a personal trainer. But but everyone needs to have some practical knowledge when it comes to dealing with dogs, especially the bigger ones. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very happy to see this, because most people when you're on my live, you're not seeing this, right? You guys are seeing these guys run around in circles. You're seeing Storm grabbing him by the neck. You're seeing him, jumping on her back. And I would not put it past them that they would kick up in a minute, after they've got enough rest. And that's why I keep my Nerf gun handy. This is my on the show equalizer. Whenever they get too aggressive, then I usually squirt them with this water gun. And this thing here is awesome. If you haven't seen me use this thing is really, really good. So she loves it. The Rottweiler actually loves to play with it. This guy actually stops playing rough with whenever I squirt this at him. So it works in two ways. And honestly, the main thing is distraction. I'm giving them something that's more intense than whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? So if they want to play rough with each other, but Storm likes water more than she likes playing rough. He hates water more than he likes to play rough with her. So it's just a mean of distracting them. That's all it is. It's not nothing magical. There's nothing in the water, guys. I don't have any, relaxants in the water. It's just something to distract them. Plato says, nice dogs. Yes. Thank you. RSN says, wow. Thank you so much. Yeah, and it's so nice out here, guys. In Texas here, Central Texas, we've been having this cold, like all week has been kind of like off and on cold. We had snow on Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday we had snow. And then now it's almost like summer, springtime. It's almost 70 degrees out here, y'all. Oh, man. You gotta love it. Need to stop the brain for a second. Yeah, exactly. That's all you have to do. Stop that brain, that drive that they have going. And now you can see right now, let's look at the position that they're in. They're looking for that door, for my neighbor's door to fly open. Okay, they're not over here looking at my house or looking at, so I can already tell you the moment that that door flings open, he's going to react to it. So either I be prepared to say no, prepared to use my water gun, one of the two I'll have to be prepared for. But I am going to try again. I'm going to hopefully that my verbal language would be enough to bring him back. But if it doesn't, we're going to be doing some squirting, and then we probably go back to the basics again and start doing some more training with commands. So you got to do it. Crazy for Seahorse. Oh, what's going on? Hey, Crazy. I forgot. Was I going to call you Crazy or Seahorse? I can't remember. Either one. I have definitely been trying the streaming services, and I am struggling, Seahorse. I am struggling. My goodness, I am struggling because they require so much data that it's just like I love it. I really do like the idea of being able to get onto the live stream. I like the idea of putting out the link for people to jump on because my goal was I wanted to have people guess, and we did. We actually had two great guests. I had my cousins come on with their pit bulls. I had Kashawn. He came on from New York, talked about his Rottweiler, and that was a beautiful episode. I loved it. But ever since then, beyond that, I've been trying to live stream with these, like Evu Mux is the one I'm using now. I'm not actually paying for. And I'm telling you, it is just, if I'm not right next to that Wi-Fi router, it just does not like to stream. It loses the quality. And you know how people are. People don't like shows that are terrible because they're used to like 4K quality video and audio that's just from the best microphones. If you don't have that, you get kind of sidelined. And the other thing I don't like about Evu Mux is I don't seem to be able to know who's watching. You know, like right now, I'm so thankful. I'm finally seeing viewers, 100 and some odd, almost 200 viewers at one time. And with EV Mux, I can't tell who's watching. I really can't. And when I do find out, it's like 6 people. It's almost like YouTube doesn't want my information to even get out. Like it doesn't even advertise for me. But here, when I use the YouTube app, at least people know that I'm streaming and actually give me a chance to talk about my dogs or something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Crazy. I'm struggling. I'm struggling now. I really think that if I was at my computer desk and I was doing a show where it's about me talking and it's you watching my face and all that good stuff, I do think that would probably work out better. But I don't know how to do with my phone out in the about with my dogs when they're moving around, being themselves, because this is what I want. I want to show my dogs in their backyard having a good time. And I'm struggling. But yeah, it takes a lot of data. I agree with that. Stormy, are you listening to birds? Come here, Stormy. We're gonna work on recall. Come here, Storm. So I'm trying to do. You got to watch yourself with repeating your commands. I know that sometimes your dog gets distracted, but you want to be able to say the command one time, and then good girl. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. Yes, she is. Oh, my sweetie. But this guy here. Uh-oh. Got him a bone. But yeah, so I like that. Yeah, thanks, Paul. Like and subscribe, please, guys. Love the participation today, though. So yeah, I got my little pile of toys here for today, so they have something to go to. Because before I started going live, these toys and the stuffing was all over my backyard. And you know how the dogs are. They just like to tear. And we buy toys specifically for them to tear up. So you may say, why you let your dogs be so destructive? Well, we buy them something to let out that kind of feeling, because some dogs that just like to tear things up. Now, it's funny. You would think that the Cane Corso, the bigger dog, would want to tear stuff up. And he does a couple things. But my Rottweiler loves to eviscerate the toys. And she likes to get in there and take the insides and pull them out. and of course, the poor Cane Corso, he just wants to play with his ball, or he wants to play with his stuffed animal, and he'll keep it intact for days. So I have to watch Storm. She'll take his toys and eviscerate them, and he has stuffing all over the house trying to play with it still. But we don't mind, because that's the one thing. We buy tons and tons of toys. So if you do have dogs, You know, give them an out for, you know, if they like destroying things, give them an out for that. You know, say, hey, look, you're not allowed to destroy my couch, but you're more than welcome to destroy any of those toys I bought for you. And they're designed to be torn apart. They're designed, like some of those toys have these little squeakers in there. Like some of them have like 6 to 8 squeakers. Let your dog eviscerate those squeakers. Let them have fun, man. And then just set the boundaries though. Hey, it ends here though. That's where it ends. It doesn't. It doesn't end with my shoe. It ends with that toy. So so far we've been lucky to be able to teach that skill to our dogs. And have you tried a bite sleeve? Mine love it. Ooh, what is that? What is a bite sleeve? Is that something like the trainers use? Like they put it on their arm and then the dog comes and bite their arm, like if they're training. What is that? What exactly is that? My staff had work boots. Hello, she never ate them and would just destroy them. Ah, oh. See, that's the thing. You know, we spend all that money on these boots, or whatever. You know, because those work boots are cheap, right? And your dog just destroys them. You're like, ah. You know, and you know, some of it's just gonna be take some time. You know, hopefully you don't be mad at your dog the first time. Now, I'm not saying get it, not be angry, but give them a little bit of a grace period so they can learn the skill and teach them how to tear up their toys, but not your stuff. But things happen, so you have to kind of, you know, if you're the type of person that wants to have everything perfect in your house, if you're gonna get a big dog like this or a Rottweiler, just realize you're gonna have to eat up a little bit of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? You gotta be okay with a little bit of kind of waste in terms of your dog, you know, chewing something or biting something or slobbering on something or messing something up, because that's what they're gonna do. Some of it's innocent, guys. Some of it's just their dog just doesn't really get it. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be patient and train them until they get it. Of course, it's going to cost you money, so that's something that you have to eat up. But the goal is that over time, you know, they get better and better at knowing what you want them to do and your expectation for your dogs. So, but be patient with them. You know, be patient, be firm. I'm not saying be firm, but set boundaries. But be patient with them, and and know that not everything's necessarily out of spite. You know, we think of human terms, and you know, like, oh my, he should have done that to me. But your dogs are not thinking that way. You know what I'm saying? They're just kind of in the moment, you know, doing what they do, following their instincts, you know, until they learn otherwise. Look at my Rottweiler over there. Come here, baby. You just my sweetie. Come say hello to the camera. Come say hello. Tell everybody hi. Say hi, I'm a Rottweiler. Oh, what's up, baby? I tell you, I love having a Rottweiler, guys. Love them. Love them, love them, love them. Even this bad girl. And she is definitely a baddie. She's a baddie. I always talk about your dogs with special needs, meaning that this one here is a little special. She needs a little bit of care, you know. She's just, in other words, she's super dominant. That's all it is. My dog is really, really dominant. And she just needs a lot of redirection, and instructions. Hey, don't eat the sticks. No sticks. Come get some toys. Come here. Let's get a toy. Come here. Let's find a toy, not sticks. Rain, it's okay, buddy. You were all right. You could have ate your bone. Here's something great for you guys. Do you want this? He wants it. Do you want it, Storm? Do you want it? Ready? Oh, ready? Go get it. Oh, he stole it from you. Okay, we'll get something for you. Here, do you want this? Okay, there we go. That's good. Yeah, that was a little redirection. Like these sticks that we have from the tree, like the dogs will chew on it now. On the short term, they'll be fine, but sometimes they make them puke. So I try to stop them from eating the sticks and stuff like that, and try to give them toys. You got you a toy, buddy? Okay, you ready? Ready? Look at that Connie Corso's ears, guys. He is so focused. Tail is straight up. Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm so looking forward to him meeting his sister for the first time since they were siblings. So If you guys haven't heard about that, we are planning our best to get Rain together with his sister. Ugh, this guy is pulling. His sister looks exactly like him, so I'm not sure how we're gonna tell the difference once we get them together. I might be coming home with with Lucia, and then Ozzy the Cane Corso's owner will be coming home with Rain, because they look so much alike. Trying to trick him. Ugh. Look at that, man. Love that speed. It's a wonder he's got this much energy after that long walk we just went on. Ready? Ready? Go. Yeah, he's got a lot of energy, guys. Please exercise your dogs. If you have a dog like this, you're gonna have to exercise them. There's no way. There's no way around it. You can't just have a big dog like this and expect them to lay around the house all day and just let you pet on him for 16 hours. You gotta exercise these guys. If you don't, it's gonna be not a good situation. Oh, he's pulling my whole body. Oh, I can't let you in, buddy. Oh my gosh. What's so weird about these Cane Corsos is they're so entirely, they're so strong, guys. These dogs are so powerful. I'm not a small guy, but oh my God, you should know how much force he's pulling on my arm. It's like I'm about to pull it out of the socket. And they've got a lot of like lips too. Look at all that lips action. Lips. I love my lips. Oop, faked him out. Very playful dogs too. You checking on Storm? They are definitely beautiful, Crystal. Always have to muzzle, and the dogs have to have a muzzle on. Yeah, so seahorse, those are some very good tips too. So whenever oh my God, he almost yanked my arm out of the socket here. I let him win sometimes, but sometimes I don't. And I just do that just for him to remind him the kind of strength that his owner has. But it's a workout, guys. I think I'm getting winded just by playing tug of war with this dog. But yeah, the muzzle things are a must for us too. So we have been working with having like certain family members that are not comfortable with dogs. So that muzzle is absolutely perfect, because the idea being is I'm trying to train the human to accept a dog like this. Because if you've never been around a dog that's 140, 50 pound, or if you never raised a dog this big, it can be a little unnerving to be around a dog like this, especially the Cane Corso, because of the way it looks. Look at that. Look at those eyes. And then it doesn't help that we had the ears, well, we didn't personally have it, but we bought them with the ears cropped like that. It's kind of a menacing look. So if you already have a preconceived idea, or if you're already kind of afraid of dogs, being around a dog like this it could be a challenge for people. So one way to bridge that gap is to use the muzzles to say, hey, look, it's really a friendly dog as long as you learn to show him respect, and then and basically demand respect for yourself. As long as you can do those things, he can't bite you. He's got on a muzzle. So give the human a little bit of confidence, because a lot of the leadership skills that you have come from just you being confident around your dog, not timid and scared. Because again, these dogs pick up on your body language. They know when an animal or human is afraid. Okay, not only do you have adrenaline running, they can smell that. They can tell by your body language whether you're afraid or not. And of course, in their mind, they're like, oh, you must be lower on the totem pole. That's that whole taking the alpha position. And if you're giving out signals that you're not alpha, what do you think that dog's going to do? He's going to treat you not like alpha. So So step one, is, hey, what happened, buddy? What happened? You done playing? You just want some love? Okay. You're tired? You want another toy? I don't know what he's doing, guys. Okay. You want another toy? You want to play with something else? I got something for you. Come on, buddy. I got something for you. Look at this tennis ball right here. Let's see if this will do it for you. You want to chase this? You want to chase that? You want it? You want it? It's going to be fast. It's going to be super fast. I feel like he's not going to run after it, guys. Yeah, he's losing patience. You guys want some water? You want water? Stormy, do you want water? Do you want some water, baby? Come get some water. You not thirsty? Do you want some water? Come get some water. You guys know what I'm about to do, right? Come get some water, big girl. Yeah. Go get some water. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Watch this. Well, almost. Look at that, guys. Oh, no, buddy. You don't get to steal her water. You got to start using your paw. Finally, guys. It took a long time to teach this skill, but we got it. Finally. Oof. Oh, hey, Samantha. I'm sorry. I just now realized you were on. What on earth is that? Oh, the sprinkler heads are coming on. Okay, I'm like, what in the world? I thought my pool was broken. What's going on, everybody? Yes, Casper's on here. Yeah, use your own. Casper's telling you to use your own paw, buddy. Yeah, his challenge is he just doesn't want to be wet. That's the thing, guys. So it's almost like counter for him to want to even do it because he doesn't want to get wet. But Storm, oh my goodness, she's all over this. Yes, she's definitely doing jump dip. Casper, it is actually kind of warm enough that we could probably jump in that water and have a good time. Now, I'm not sure I want to do that right now because it's early Sunday morning. I hadn't had breakfast. Not ready for that right now. Yes, I know Rain can do it. I don't know how to make him, give him that like reassurance that it's okay for his feet to get wet, because once he learns how to do it, we're golden. I can force him, like, let me show you. I can force him, not in the bad way, but I mean, I can force him to put his paw up there just so he can get water. But it's just not, it's not what he naturally wants to do. Now watch, he makes me a liar like he normally does. Go ahead and put your paw up there, buddy. Get some water. Come on. Yep, that's exactly right. It's all yours, buddy. I know your feet's going to get wet, but you got to take the wetness. See, look at it. He's like, oh, but my feet. I want water, but my feet. Oh, my goodness. I know, buddy. I know, but you gotta get a little wet if you want the water. Get some water. Get some water. I know you're thirsty, buddy. You can do this. You can do this. I got faith in you. We all believe in you. Okay, let's try your other foot. Let's try your left one. Your right foot. Yes, there you go. Get you some water. Here. Let's put it down here. I know you want some water. You can do it, buddy. Oh. Let's see if I can angle it away from his foot. See if you like that. Get to water. And usually the Cane Corso is a pretty quick learner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really surprised. I would have thought that the Cane Corso would have learned the skill before the Rottweiler. But he just doesn't want to get wet, Samantha. I was like, but it's like you got to get a little wet if you want to get the water, buddy. Because I know he's thirsty. Okay. Get your water, buddy. So he's gonna be, it's gonna take him a minute, guys. He's technophobe. It's night here. Oh, yeah, no. So Casper, you know how it is here. It's like the opposite side of the world. So we're just now having morning right now. I think his slobber is also clogging up the line sometimes, because it's not supposed to go that slow. It's actually supposed to be coming out a lot faster. But that's the life of having a Cane Corso, guys. If you have a Cane Corso, you know what I'm talking about. These guys don't have a shortage of slobber. Slobber is, I almost think that one of the most impressive, is that the word I'm looking for? The most impressive thing about the Cane Corso is the amount of slobber you have to deal with when you just got to accept that, guys. Now, I know there's some Cane Corsos that don't slobber as much as he does, but it's like everything in our house is affected by his slobber. I don't care if it's the doorknob, if it's our clothes, and don't ever take your clothes off and place it, excuse me, like if you're in your closet and you just, you just lay your clothes down on a basket or something. This guy will inspect the basket with his slobber. So when you come back to go get your clothes, you'll see slobber all across your jackets, your pants, your shoes, because he's inspected. He loves to inspect everything with his slobber. Okay, not his nose, slobber. You know what I mean? So you just got to put up with this. If you want a Cane Corso, you may or may not have a Cane Corso that slobbers this much. But if I were you, I'd plan on dealing with the slobber. And every couple weeks, we have to go through and buy and use that, what do you call that, wall spray to just clean the walls, because the slobber attracts the dirt, and you have these dirty slobber stains all over the walls and the window ledges. And so cleaning doubles when you have a Cane Corso. Just FYI, you may not know this, but just letting you know. My Cane Corso, my Rottweiler, relatively clean. She's relatively clean. I don't see her she slobbers a little bit. Come on. Not that much. Compared to this guy, though, ooh, man, he makes cleaning a chore. My goodness. Boxers are like that too, Joe? Man, it's a force to be reckoned with right there. You think his looks are bad. Come on, man. Or menacing, not bad. But look, menacing, it's that slobber that's the menacing part. Look at that. Can you imagine sitting there watching TV and trying to enjoy your drink, and he just goes flap, 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 flap. He shakes his head and slobber slings right across your food. You're like, I was about to eat that. There you go. If you don't know, now you know. He is a unit. Thank you, Joe. He is a unit of slobber and muscle. That's what you are a slobber and muscle boy. But we love him. Love him to pieces. Look at that. Now he's getting my Rottweiler slobbered on. I got this one short video where he had the slobber like this, right? And he shook his head, and the slobber got all across his face, right across his eyeballs. And they were like little beads all across his face, right over his eyebrow. And it looked like one of those costume designs that are one of those traditional designs from like Wakanda. And so I was like, I'm gonna make it this. I'm gonna do it. Look at that slobber across her face. That's his slobber, not hers. I did a Wakanda video because he looked like he was from Wakanda with all that slobber on his face. The drooling. Yep. There's 135 people in here, but only 17. Yeah, that's okay. I just hope that they enjoy the content, enjoy watching the dogs, enjoy giving them love, and then maybe they'll give us a little bit of love with a little bit of thumbs up, a little bit of likes. We'll take what we can get, though. Very happy. You know what? I'm just happy to see people here, because whenever I use those streaming services, man, I don't know that people are getting the advertisement gets out. So glad to see people here. But speaking of advertising, I am so looking forward to hopefully the video where Rain meets his sister for the first time since they were puppies. That video, I think, I don't know if I'll be able to do that one live because again, we're going to be probably at a mutual location, and because my thought is we need to kind of be all hands on deck with that one because I don't want anything bad to happen. So I don't want to be holding the camera. Excuse me. I want to be all hands on deck. And if it turns out to be a beautiful situation and a nice video, it'll probably come out as just a regular video, which I don't do a whole lot of that. I prefer to talk to people. I enjoy the conversation. I enjoy hearing about other people's experiences with their dogs and what they're doing to train, and learning from each other. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of tips that we need to share with each other. So I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Yes, a Cane Corso and a Rottweiler. No, I just sometimes I have a lot of like uh, phlegm in the back of my throat. I don't know. Actually, ever since I've had COVID, really, I've had this kind of clearing throat issue. So I need to go see my ENT about that. But I'm not sick. It's just kind of a weird little thing I've got going on for some reason. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. Crazy horse, seahorse. I can't remember which one I'm going to go for. You said either one. I remember I asked you about that. But yeah, I think it's just going to be a regular video. It's sometimes it's hard to change your style up and your way you present things because people are used to seeing you a certain way. So sometimes the change doesn't go over well. But I want to at least record that interaction, and then maybe can maybe have people who come on live to go watch the video. I think it'd be kind of cool. But anyways, easiest dog to train was my pit bull. I would have 10 pits over 2 Frenchies all day. I believe that. I believe that. I've never owned a pit bull and I never owned a Frenchie, but I could see a little dog being very, very stubborn, like my little dog, and very, very difficult to retain the skills that you teach them. But I could see a pit bull being really, really interested in wanting a treat or a toy or affection or whatever, and you can get in there and treat, and that dog will be like, "Yeah, I'll do anything you say for that ball." You know what I'm saying? And because I feel like my little dog is like a cat sometimes. How do you train a cat? They don't care about you, nor what you have hardly. They're like, I do what I want. At least that's the reputation they have. But my big dogs, man, you give them something that they really have a drive for, they'll do anything. They'll jump upside down, they'll flip, they'll turn, they'll lick, they'll what do you want me to do? I'll do it. Just give me that ball. uh, Hi. Yeah, yeah, I bet. Thank you, Jackie. They're both so precious. I appreciate you. Yeah, so Italian or USA style Connie. Oh, I've never heard of a USA style Cane Corso. I've always known them to be Italian Mastiffs. Your corgi's a head full, I bet. It's always those little ones, right, guys? It's the little ones. These big dogs, once they're loyal and trained, you got a good dog on your hand. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, sweetie. Yeah, this is my baby, y'all. As well, Welshman, I endorse the Welsh Corgi. Interesting. I don't know that they, I didn't know there was a difference between a Welsh Corgi and a versus other. Too much energy. Yeah, it's like, it's okay if you're going to run around in circles, don't tear anything. But once they start taking that energy and applying it to your stuff, then it's like, oh, it can be annoying. Corgi is a Welsh breed. Oh, in general. Okay. All right. Very cool. The USA lines get bigger than the Italian lines. I've honestly, seahorse, I've never heard that. I just didn't know about that. It's like when they talk about the German versus the American Rottweiler. Like I know people say that the features are different, the broader head, but I have a hard time with really identifying which one's American, which one's not. A teacup corgi. I think my Rottweiler's interested in hearing those birds. They keep nesting up there inside my my carport over there. She's a little bit smaller than the Welsh kind, I guess. But very adorable. Aw. Well, Samantha, if I could ever get these streaming services to work, and if you wouldn't mind showing showing off that corgi. I'd love to see that. See the puppy. Yeah, big boy. It's a big boy. I'm telling you guys, when I went to the zoo yesterday, all I could see was storm and rain. when the when I saw not just the wolves, guys. I was watching the hyenas give each other affection, and I'm like, man, that's what my dogs do. And then I watched the panther. Like there was a black panther, and then there was a just a regular what do you call it, the yellow black panther. And they were just acting just like storm and rain. I'm like, man, my dogs act like wild animals. That'd be cool. I would love to see him, Samantha. Where's my dogs? Okay, let me do some recall with Rain. Rain, come here, buddy. Let's see if I can get a line of sight real quick. There he is. That's the kind of recall I like. Yes, that's it. That's the boy. Good job, buddy. Good job. That's what I like. Now, of course, the neighbor's dog wasn't necessarily over there to distract him, but look, I'll get what I can take today. Because we worked hard. I'm telling you guys, after that live that I did where he ran off and then tried to do to evade me and to continue to run with the neighbor's dog, man, he sent me on a little bit of a like, boy, you gonna get trained today. You about to get trained today. And he did. He got like a lot of training. I made him sit right next to that fence line, and I walked way over here and made him sit the whole time. And then I called him and made sure he had that skill down multiple times. And he got a treat. I gave him a treat when he came when he was supposed to. But we were doing that for almost an hour. I bet we were out here straight, an hour straight of just doing drills like that. So, anyways, I do not breed, Lupe. That sounds like it's a lot of work that I just don't have the time to do. Since you're talking about panthers, have you seen a Canis panther dog? No. What is that? I've never heard of that. Is that like a dog mixed with a panther? Don't tell me that's true. That can't be true. That's like a cat and a dog put together. I love dogs. Poland love. Yes, I do too. Yep, not a breeder. Yeah, both of my dogs are fixed by design. Lord Jesus, by design, because homeboy here, all that extra testosterone was getting in the way of him being a good pack member. He wasn't being a good pack member. He had too much going on, so we had to kind of reduce a little bit of that hormonal drive. It helped out a lot. Helped out quite a bit, actually. Bengals, I've heard of. Well, have I? Is that a dog or is it I'm thinking of a Bengal tiger, but I don't think I know anything about Bengals. Polish Koshmosh. 3.3. I think you're maybe using Polish language here. I'm just not following what you're saying. Cats. No cats. I don't have any cats. The closest thing I have to a cat is a little Missy, and she's in the house right now. A little small Peagle Puggle kind of type dog. A person would never buy an American line Cane Corso. They've been mixed through the years with other breeds. I will only buy European lines. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. There's a lot of talk about people doing terrible type breedings, and they're breeding more for the money and not for the actual genes for the dog's sake. You know what I mean? Like they're breeding just to get the volume to make money off of it, and they don't care that your dogs have all these dysplastic issues and all these deformities. They're like, I just want to sell a puppy, And I think it's like almost like irresponsible breeding, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it sounds like you're describing. But yeah, it's a U.S. hybrid breed dog. Looks a bit like a panther. Looks a bit like a mix between a Cane Corso and a Doberman. Interesting. Wow, I never heard of that, so I got to look that up. I remember someone was telling me about the wolf dog. I mean, the first time I heard them say that, I was like, what are you talking about, wolf dog? And that took me on a little bit of a research and spree, I guess, research spree, and and they are very impressive dogs. They are, I guess, it's a mixture between a wolf and a dog, and their behaviors are somewhere in between. You know, depending on what you get. You know, it could be more or less like a wolf or more or less like a dog. However, they don't require or they don't want the same amount of affection and touch that you get from a dog. They want a little bit, and then they're more alone, you know, to themselves, because I guess they have that wild mentality. But the very unusual dogs, very unusual dogs. Lippy, my neighbor, has one. The wolf dog, is that what you're talking about, Samantha? They have a wolf dog, or is there another dog you're talking about? Your neighbor has. Kind of looks like a Presa Canaria. Yeah, he kind of is like a Presa Canaria. He has that look to him, but he's a Cane Corso. Yeah. Okay. So they wolf dogs are amazing, but can be a pain in the butt. I don't want to leave the pack leader. So it sounds like, yeah, I'm sure they don't want you to be their pack leader. Is that what you're saying? Like they prefer to be pack leaders themselves. I would not be able to have an animal like that because my dogs are more like, you know, they're literally pets. You know, they're not even really guard dogs. You know, they take the role of guard dog only because they care about their territory. So I'm benefiting off their instinct to want to protect their territory, but they're not guard dogs. I don't specifically to train them to bite on command or release on command. That's not why I have my dogs. My dogs are more for family pets, honestly. They're just a little bit larger. And there are some side benefits of having a big dog. Of course, like I said, they do have instincts, and those are, but they're not. Their primary job is not to be guard dogs in the backyard, tied to. You know what I'm saying? These guys are pets. I mean, they come hang out in the living room with us and watch TV. Especially her, she loves to watch TV with us. You know, they're pets. Also have all black female Corso. She's goofy, 5 months and already the size of a pit. Yeah, I love that. You can't own a male wolf dog. You would always be competing for alpha. Only keep female. That, you know, that makes sense, Phil. That makes sense to me. I could totally see that. Now I can see you having a situation where your wolf dog is more of an outside dog, like you've built your backyard where you have high fences. Maybe they have a kennel outside, and you know your primary goal is to just house the dog, give them what they need to survive, give them something to keep them interested, play with, but you're not keeping them for a house pet. You know, they don't come in the house and watch TV with you and lay their paw on their head on your lap and you give them carrots. You know, it's not like that. It's more like, hey, look, we just have. It's like I don't know how to describe it. Maybe like having a cow or something in their backyard where they're just out there grazing. You give them what they need to survive, but they're not a pet necessarily. I know that there's some fluffy cows that are pets, but you get my point. I could see people having just a wolf dog just because they just want that breed in the backyard or in their reserve or whatever they use to preserve the species or something like that. I scare her for fun. Definitely not a guardie by heart. The other day she rusted the kitchen door open because she got scared. Yeah. You know, and that's the thing. These little dogs are sort of the ones that are not like guard dogs. They still have a purpose, guys. I mean, my little Missy, she may not be able to bite you, or she may not be able to stop a criminal from breaking in the door. But what she can do is she can warn us that something's going on, something's weird, and that she will do. And that's worth its weight in gold. You know, humans, we're like knocked out, sleep, whatever. Your dog is like lightly sleeping and paying attention to everything. So don't underestimate the power of having a little bitty dog that's not really doing big dog guarding. You can never have your back turned on them. Oof. Yeah, I just that doesn't sound like that's fun to me. That sounds like more work than it is a benefit to me to have a dog that you can't turn your back on and just fighting for alpha with you on the daily basis. No, thank you. This guy's enough. I'm telling you, these kind of Corsos, they are enough. And he's a sweet dog. He's a sweet dog, but it's enough for me to maintain dominance and making sure everyone in my family maintains dominant. Because and honestly, maybe I'm overprotective, but I'm always like watching the interaction that he has with my wife and my daughter, because I want to make sure that that relationship remains intact. Because that I want to have the reassurance that even if I'm not there, that he still sees my wife or my daughter as his leader, and not take the advantage of, okay, dad's not here. Maybe I can push around his wife or mom, push around the daughter. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want that to happen. So I'm always monitoring their interactions with my family members, because I want to make sure that respect and boundary sets, those boundaries are respected that are set by other family members. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to get too tongue-tied, but I'm always on guard. It's hard being a papa bear. Uh, some are a little like a potty trained wolf. Some are more like a shepherd. Choose your breeder carefully. Yeah, I bet, man. I talk about making sure you know your breeder when it comes to buying your Cane Corso or your Rottweiler, but I can only imagine the kind of research that you'd probably need to be engaged in if you want to buy a wolf dog. I mean, man, I would like to know how. I'd like to spend time weekly just to kind of see how they're interacting with each other, and just kind of see if that's something that I would be able to do. But either way, I just don't see myself having an animal like that I'd have to constantly be on guard for, making sure that I'm alpha. And I mean, like, not in the way that I'm treating my Cane Corso, but in the way that this dog could actually turn on me when I walk away and become alpha, and tear me, kill me. I don't want that kind of situation. No. And Samantha says she do, yes, do all the research. That's kind of a statement that I think should not be taken lightly. I don't care what animal that you get. You really have to do the research. It's like hiring a contractor to do work for you. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. You have all these people advertising, oh, I can do this for you, I can do that. And then you hire them, and they run off with your money, or they do their job, halfway. And then you learn your lesson after you've wasted $10,000 or whatever, how much you paid for this guy. And how many regrets I've had building what I've built. I mean, building the shop was, man, that was a beast. Dealing with people who just kind of like, run the game on you, and then you realize, man, I should have done more research. So the same is with your pets, man. Before you run out and get some exotic dog that you've never heard of that looks amazing on film or looks amazing on someone's YouTube channel like mine, make sure you please do the research. Just don't listen to me. Listen to other people that have Cane Corsos. Go to Ozzy the Cane Corso station. Listen to Cesar Milan or whoever else is some of those professional trainers that deal with these dogs every day for a living. Make sure you have a good idea of what you're getting yourself involved in, because if your family structure is not in such a way where you can handle a dog like this, then it's best to wait until you can, because the last thing you need is to have a situation. I mean, I don't know if Grandpa's still on, but Grandpa's been going through a lot right now, and I'm not blaming him at all. Please do not blame him. That's not the goal. What I'm trying to say, I'm just saying that he's got a lot going on. I don't know if you guys were here when he talked about what happened to him. Was it last stream or the stream before last? I can't remember. Maybe last Sunday. And my heart goes out to him. He's under a lot of stress right now. He's under a lot of stress. So, and I'm just hoping the best for him. I'm hoping things work out. But just a word of warning, listen to people's stories when they talk about these things. Listen to people who are dealing with these issues. Please do the research. And find out, hey, is this right for me? Because Lord knows I'm not trying to, be in a situation where I'm faced with a lawsuit or faced with, having to put a dog down when it wasn't their fault at all. It was my fault for not doing the things I need to do to be able to handle or raise a dog like this. You know what I mean? So, my bestie got his French bulldog from Post Malone. Really? What? Wow. Everybody that lives in the house should be able to take the food away without any reaction from the dog. Okay, yes, absolutely. So Seahorse is bringing up other things that help make sure that your dog is in the right frame of mind, I guess, in the right mindset when you're having your dogs, is that you should be able to take your dog's food without them biting you or taking possession of that food. So that's definitely a skill that we've worked on from day one. My dogs are fully 100% aware that if you have, food or a toy, let me give you an example real quick. So let's say I got my dog interested in this. You want to play with this? You want this? Yeah, you want this. I know you do. You want it. You want it? You want to play with it? You want to bite it? There you go. So, like, let's say he was interested in that, which he's not. He's clearly not interested in it. But if he was, I should be able to take this from him without him taking possession, saying, no, that is mine. You're not allowed to do that. Because that would be the opposite of what you want. That would be him setting boundaries with me, and that's not how that works. It's me setting boundaries with him. So, but obviously that's not, this guy's like, he's like, just pet me and let me just live my life right now, daddy. Leave me alone. But yeah, those are some basic things that you should have the ability to do when you have your dog. I don't care how big you are. If this is the food that I'm giving you, I should be able to take it away from you without you, biting me. Now, I'm not suggesting that you just be mean to your dog. That's not the point. The point is that your dog understands that when alpha says no, because they do that to each other in the wild. If a alpha dog walks up, you better move out of the way. I don't care that you killed that animal. The alpha dog is here. So that behavior is instinctual to them. You're speaking their language. Speak my language. What's up, JC? I would get a kind of course. Yeah, that word is kind of like, it's iffy, but you know what? I'll let it slide. I try to keep this very, very clean, squeaky clean, guys. I don't really use any language that I would not want my daughter to use or hear me. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty old school like that. So, but I understand you just being cordial. So I'm not gonna. So what's going on with it? I feel you. Yes, he DJs for the openings for artists. Really? He's in a couple of videos with DMX. Oh, wait a second. Who's your neighbor? I want to go check him out. But y'all, it's a beautiful day out here. We're so happy to be out here. He's my best. Oh, well, share the information. We want to all see this guy. Oh man, look at that Cunny Corso, y'all. Yeah, of the two though, he actually is growing to love more affection. I always thought that my Rottweiler was the most affectionate of the two, but he has his moments. Some days he's like that. Like, you saw how I pet him, but he just kind of went back into doing his own thing. He wasn't like, oh, come give me to me now. He didn't get up and come to me wanting more pets. He just kind of accepted it and then kind of went and did his own thing. But every now and then he does. As the older he gets, the more he will come up to me while I'm on the couch. And so sometimes I oblige him. Most of the time I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of the time, if he's sweet and he comes up to me in the couch, I will oblige him and I will give him pets. A couple times I will deny him and say, look, buddy, there's boundaries here. I don't mind loving on you if you're doing what I'm asking you to do. So more often than not, I do oblige him, but then sometimes I don't. And I'm reinforcing boundaries. You just get to make me. He's a DJ on TikTok. His name is DJ Bulio. Gotta look him up. Is that DJ Bulio? Bullo? Oh, he's a part of the Rough Riders? The group? And that's your neighbor? Well, that's cool. 20 says, I'm just getting into the story, but what happened because I have two Cane Corsos, and if I take my dog's food, believe me, they know who's... But please explain the situation to me. Okay, so Tony, we were just talking about making sure you have the ability to take away your dog's food, because some people's dogs are super possessive. They have this mindset that you're not alpha, okay? Because if you're the alpha of your pack, you should be able to have possession of that food. And the mindset, the way I describe it is like this. Look, this food is mine, okay? I'm giving it to you because I love you, but it is my food to give to you. And that mindset is that that's daddy's food. It's not my food, because if they say it's their food and you try to reach down for anything, they'll start start growling and then be and like act like they want to attack you, and that's not the right position your dog should be in. They're not necessarily seeing you as alpha in that position. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of that. And so what I do is when they're younger, you know, I will maybe stop them midway while they're chewing. I just move their head out of the way and just pretend like I need to do something to this food, and I watch their reaction. You know, if they step back and yield to me, okay, we're in a good spot. And ever so often, I double check. I make sure they realize, look, nope, you are not allowed to growl at me. You're not allowed to take possession of anything. You know, the latest thing that he messed up on was he thought he owned the couch. And around me, he was respecting those boundaries. But then when my wife's mother was here, oh no, she doesn't get to be on the couch. And he reacted to her trying to sit down on his spot because he thought that he had taken ownership of that couch. He owned that couch. In his mind, that was his couch. And of course, he lost that privilege. Once he started reacting and pretending like he was his and then the humans are less than him, then that's when I took away that privilege and reinforced to him, nope, it is not your couch to take or possess or be possessive of or dominant or whatever you want to call it. It's not yours. So whenever I'm sitting there, you're sitting in my spot, you get up and move. Setting those boundaries. That's what we're talking about. They have a couple of videos on here, the tricks they do on the motorcycle. Oh, Haywood, California. Okay. So it's always go to train and take stuff away from your. Yes. So Crazy Horse is saying exactly what I'm trying to say. A lot of dogs do rescue guarding, so always go to train to take stuff away from your doggy. Correct. Look up West Coast Connection videos on here. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Amanda, is that Cane Corso? Yes, because I have one and I was trying to see if it is. Yes, it is definitely a Cane Corso. Amani. Yes, exactly. So, and then Crazy Horse is bringing up an example where you need to take something away from your dog. Let's say your dog doesn't need to, like I'm not letting my dog eat sticks, whatever, or these acorns, and I need to take that away because I don't want them to get sick. Well, if your dog is not used to yielding to you in that way, then it will bite you or react to you taking that away, and you don't want that to happen. You want to have the ability to take that away from your dogs when you need to. Boy, what'd you do to your elbow? Did you scratch yourself? He cut himself on something. Boy. Excuse me. It looks like it just happened. Did y'all see something? I didn't see anything. There's something in the yard here? I might have to take him in and clean this off. And I might need to take him in and clean it up. That's kind of weird. I didn't even see what happened. Did anybody? Am I missing something here? You didn't cut your elbow, boy. Oh, poor guy. Yeah. Samantha, how can I do that? I don't know. Let me see. What's the best way? Can you just put the link on one of my videos so that I can reach out to you? Is there a way I can do private message with you, Samantha, so that I can get? Oh, okay. There's your email. Okay. I'll just send you an email then. That way we can connect that way. All right, cool. I got you. I'll send it after I get done live streaming. So cool. Love it. Yeah, I didn't see anything. I don't know what he got. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in and probably get it. See, y'all see that? It's almost like he got cut on something. That's crazy. We've been here the whole time. This is what I'm talking about. Weird things happen with these dogs sometimes. You just got to be on the lookout and pay attention and make sure you are there So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm probably gonna go in there and get him cleaned up, y'all, and try to figure out what happened. I don't know what happened, but get him cleaned up. It doesn't look like it's actively bleeding, but it is starting to bleed. Interesting. You okay, buddy? And that's the thing. These Cane Corsos have a high pain tolerance, so he didn't even yelp or anything. He's just like, he's gonna take it. So I'll probably just wash it off with soap and water. I think I do have some of the antibiotic spray just so it doesn't get infected. That's all I care about. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and head in. And they need to eat breakfast anyway. So I'll send you an email Samantha, and then we'll get in contact. Yeah, I think he'll be all right. And we'll make sure he stays uninfected and clean, but he'll be all right. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful Sunday. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I will see y'all next weekend, if not sooner. And be on the lookout for that video with Rain and his sister. We're going to be doing that hopefully soon. The weather's getting better, so say goodbye to everybody. Say bye. Tell everybody bye. You don't want to say you don't want to say bye? Oh, he doesn't want to say bye. Storm, come say bye. Storm, come here. Come tell everybody bye. Oh, he'll give y'all some slobber. That's what he'll do. Come here, big girl. Come say bye. Say bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. All right. Y'all have a good Sunday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Peace out, everybody. Hey, nope, none of this. Come on. Let's go get cleaned up, boy. Let's go get cleaned up.